ask his loved ones for. He
They
about
look
to ask
like
his loved ones for kidnap money, G,
they
like
look
the
like
ransom
they
money.
look like they finna behead this nigga, G. Like
Yeah, that nigga.
The white sheep
Allahu
look like
Akbar.
shit. Fuck y'all.
And they go read off a script, man.
They got this nigga down on his knees, G, holding a piece of paper, G.
If the American
Only thing
public
missing.
does not release the oil.
The ransom letter.
Y'all don't see the nigga in the Sub-Zero mask telling Al to read his cue cards. Yeah.
I keep looking over here and shit.
Yeah.
They definitely got your ass in Al Masra somewhere in one of them houses, nigga.
Oh yeah, I'm in the gulag for sure.
Alex know not a soul coming to save him either, G.
Nobody, G.
Definitely in the gulag.
Not a soul's coming to save this man,
Nobody,
G.
G.
What you niggas got going on this weekend, man? Anything fun, nigga?
Hey, man.
I'm
Each
about to
Saturday-
torture myself on Sunday.
What you got going on, G?
The Bears game?
Alex never has fun in life anymore,
Like
G.
the only torture that Alex knows is watching Bears film. G.
Exactly.
Like, that's the
They're about
only
to play the
torture.
Chiefs, bro. It's about to get ugly.
There is no more abusive of relationship that a man gets in the one of his favorite football team.
But
All
for those listening, the three of us have given Alex the business over the last week or two. For all we're doing is just trying to give him a silver lining for the Bears. And Alex,
I already
Not
got my
what we're
own
doing.
man.
Bro, nigga, this past Sunday, the nigga Alex drove down Lakeshore Drive, went to the fucking beach, G, and just walked out into the middle of the lake, G. Fully clothed. Fully clothed
G.
and everything. G.
Shit.
I'm almost
Alex
there.
made his way to the 100th floor of the Hancock building and stepped
talk
out.
himself down,
He
G.
stepped
I
out, G.
thought about it.
That nigga told us like verbatim, like, "Hey, yo, I'm done with this shit, G. If the Bears come up, I'm
Nah,
hanging
you
up."
missing the part, Nate. You
Talk to
missing
me.
the part. The nigga was so frustrated.
Oh,
He said,
shit.
"I'm going to focus on being a better person."
Being a better person.
G."
I'm gonna focus on being a better person.
This nigga said, "I don't care what situation I'm in. If the Bears come up, I'm hanging up. I'm removing myself
The
in the situation."
nigga told us he refused to answer his father's phone call, G, because he knew the Bears was gonna get
He
mentioned,
knew
G.
his dad wanted to talk about the game and he refused to answer, G.
That
The
nigga
nigga told
texted me and
us
apologized for
he
making
told
me
us
a
we could
Bears
be
fan.
in the final circle of
Oh
a
my
dub
God.
on COD. And
Y'all
if the
niggas-
Bears come up, G,
Do
Y'all
y'all know what the
just
final
missed the
circle
gym that-
is? Do
Y'all
y'all know
just
what the
missed
final
the gym
circle
that
is?
Al just told you, man.
What's up?
that nigga
His
said,
pops is equally distressed. His pops apologized for making him a Bears fan, G.
He definitely did. He texted me. He's like, "Son, I'm sorry."
Generational stress.
the nigga Al
For
said,
bestowing
if
his
I hear
team
the
on
word field, bear in any way, shape, or form, I'm
That
leaving
nigga
the
said-
conversation.
He said if he hears you say Walter Payton, he's off the
Walter
phone.
Payton.
Over with.
Over with OVA.
Anything associated,
So like,
man.
are we about to have a therapy session with Alex right now, G?
No, I'm
G-
good. I
G-
watched the
Alex
film.
said
I found some shit in the film that I'm encouraged by. So
this
I'll be
nigga
all
was
right.
distressed, G. This nigga didn't sleep, G. This nigga stayed up for 27 hours, G, breaking down film.
This nigga, he's a fan breaking down film.
I had to watch the all 22, bro.
Alex,
This all I got, man. I'm an ex-athlete. This all I got, bro. These young
Alex-
niggas not living up to the
Alex
the
is
dream,
a fan breaking down film right now, G.
That's tough,
That-
man.
Like
That's
he
how-
coached 30, G.
That's how bad it is as Bears fans. Alex is a fan breaking down film, trying to find the silver lining, bro.
Because if
That's
I
tough,
could
G.
recognize shit as a fan, then I know the coaches better be able to. And if they can't, then they don't need to be in them roles.
That is
They need
literally
to be
not
doing
how it
jobs.
works, my guy.
That's not how it works at all.
That's not how
What
any of
y'all
this
don't
works.
understand is that Alex stayed up for 27 hours, took detailed notes, G. Woke up, typed them bitches out, went to the post office and got a manila folder and mailed his notes to the Bears front office just to let them know how they should be scheming shit up right now, G. Like, he really wants his input to be heard and
Hey,
adhere to, G.
Hey, look.
If I was wearing a hat on the sideline, I'd get them boys right. We wouldn't be getting our asses kicked every
Y'all
Saturday.
would be getting
Gee.
smoked the same way I get smoked every Saturday.
Every Saturday,
Trying
G.
Every Saturday is an ass kicking, G.
G. John, coaching flag football, John has
Bro.
started drinking at 10:30 in the morning now on Saturdays, G. I talked to John at about noon, G. That nigga was four Mick Ultras in.
If y'all are watching and y'all see Alex background, y'all know that it's some Al Qaeda nigga with a machete like behind this nigga saying, "Hey, yo, bro, I'm gonna chop your head off if you don't say this." Look at this nigga background, G.
I got
Bro, his
Eberflus
background
back
is
here. I'm
wild.
holding Eberflus ransom to get the Bears right.
Look, this nigga trying to off the coach, G.
Man, still wouldn't make Justin Fields play any better.
Him
But you
and
know.
Getsy.
You got an empty,
we're not going
Chardonnay bottle like cup next to you. Look at this nigga, G. What are you drinking?
This
There's
nigga,
nothing in there, nigga.
This
I just
nigga
killed
Al
the
is
bottle
Robert
of
McCall,
wine.
G. This nigga's the equalizer now,
Definitely
G.
killed the wine.
Hey
I
man,
drank
chill out
on
on the
Monday. I
equalizer,
drank on the
man.
13th, 14th, 15th.
Hey, Jock.
16th.
Jock,
Yes, I was intoxicated on the 17th.
John, if you went to go see the equalizer today, G?
G, I did check out Equalizer, G.
Tell me
Denzel
about
Teef was massive in the movie, G.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, G.
That bald head nigga smiled the whole movie, G. I've never seen the bald head nigga smile so much, G.
Hey
Tell me
man.
about it.
G,
Uh,
they listen. This nigga can, like, I guess he's supposed to be a ghost, so he's supposed to be stealth, G. I don't know how stealth you can be when you're the only bald head nigga in Sicily, Italy, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga pretty much like laid down like roots in Italy, G.
So
But
Queen Latifah won the equalizer.
can I say this,
G.
man? Can I say this, man?
Listen, Queen Latifah is America's equalizer. Denzel is
Roberta
international.
She
G.
definitely Queen
He's
Latifah definitely
international,
ruined the
G.
brand. But let me just say this, man. Denzel looked old and slow in the movie. So, like, y'all remember when the Detroit Urban Survival Specialist, and he like
Yeah.
walk you through what he was gonna do? Like Denzel would walk the goons through there, but they would actually let him do it, G. Like
Two fingers. Two
like,
fingers.
it's so many
It's that
times
bad.
the nigga would have been viciously packed up, G. Like this nigga sitting in a chair. It's like 3 niggas with guns on him, and he's telling.
I feel that way every time I watch an action movie, G. When this main character is standing there by
Bro,
himself, and the niggas
there's
got
no
to drop
way.
on him with the Uzis, G. Like,
Bro.
how y'all got Uzis pointed at this nigga?
Uzis.
Uzis, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? How
Bro,
y'all got Uzis
spitters.
pointed at this nigga, and y'all finna let this nigga disarm y'all with no weapon, G. He got a Gertz Wiener wine bottle, you know what I'm saying? A pocket knife and a napkin with a spoon in it, G. And y'all finna let Robert McCall get down on
This
y'all.
nigga's
Like,
Y'all
MacGyver.
gotta understand, G. This
Y'all
nigga went
describing
into a
MacGyver.
house and killed a dozen trained killers
train killers.
just to get shot in the back by like a 9-year-old who's waiting for his granddad. G. Like,
What?
like
Hey, Shorty had precise aim though, G. He must have had a
with
scope
a
on that
gun
bitch.
bigger than him, G. Like it was
He
wild,
he wasn't prepared for that. That was an unforeseen
Oh.
G.
All I want to say is that for all the people who haven't seen Equalizer, every nigga who is listening to this podcast right now is judging y'all backgrounds.
G,
Oh, for spoilers?
Everybody, like, with the exception of me and Jaffe, because we stay consistent. John, the fan is there. Nigga, like, we got to talk about why Alex got a bed sheet as a backdrop right now. G. Talk to me, G.
All right. So I got a job interview tomorrow. And the normal computer I use in the garage, as y'all know, be giving me fits every time it's time to record. So for the job interview, I can't have no technical issues. I got to be on points. So I'm testing out the basement setup to see if I can get through this job.
but you didn't want the new
I'ma
job
blur
to see the
this shit.
bando, G?
Nah, I'm a blur.
You
this
didn't want
shit,
him to see
bro.
the bando.
G.
Nigga, I'm finna be braided up. I don't need these niggas thinking I'm in a trap house, bro.
This nigga Alex trying to be a
All right, look.
supervisor or boss.
This
out of the
nigga
trap, G.
definitely he definitely has like lazy bone hair right now.
We
G. Like,
finna put a poll in the group, G. Like, is it better for Al to approach his interview with braids or with the
slick back, G?
natural? With the natural.
Nah, it's got to be because I'm gonna have them pulled back. They're gonna
Nah,
look
G,
real neat.
I think you
Hey.
should just wet your hair, G, and throw that bitch in a Lloyd bun, G, like in the back, G. You should just wet your shit, G.
Definitely a send
Flick
off.
that shit back like no, you gotta
Oh
flick
my
that shit back
God.
like a
But
nigga in the
I-
80s, G.
Won't
Oh my
you
God, this nigga
braids
Al
having
finna do
ass
his.
nigga.
You finna
Y'all-
do you finna do your job interview like Sugar Free G?
Dude.
You know
Y'all
how
not
them
gonna
light
let me
skinned
out here
niggas used to
damn
have
bad.
waves in their ponytails, G. You just juices and berries your shit, G.
Hey Al, I told you, man. My pops used to put V105 in his hair and brush his hair backwards. G, you there,
That
man?
nigga's
Go
tweaking.
My
Nah, bro.
my
I do
daddy
got the little waves.
Can't see any of that.
Yeah,
Like,
See,
go
like-
ahead.
saw that?
what the fans don't know is like the first 30 minutes of our pre-pod was Alex's wife taking out his nigga
Taking down his
G.
braids, G, with a rat tail
Hey,
comb,
With a
G.
rat
Let me
tail
just say
comb.
this. Let me say how beautiful that is. You know why?
We keep
That's
it good
called
over here.
reciprocity. All right. All the times Alex didn't took down braids, man. His
Exactly.
wife, she returned the favor, even though
Have-
they could have did it on his
have-
own. G.
Have y'all niggas ever
That's
taken
honestly the first time she's ever taken down my braids.
have y'all ever taken
witnessed
down
it.
braids? Wave your hand, G. Alex. We the
What
only
up?
real niggas on the pod, apparently, G.
No,
Yeah.
Alex, do you believe I've taken down braids?
John,
If
you've
your
never
sons ain't never had braids,
no,
My
nigga.
sons have never
John,
had braids.
John, fuck your kids. Your wife ain't never had
John
braids,
is definitely
nigga.
taking his own braids down.
No,
Oh, that's what
nigga.
you're talking about. Yeah, I'm
No,
not taking down. Look,
No, fuck all that shit.
let me just say this
John,
right
your
now,
wife
G.
ain't never had braids, nigga.
Definitely help my wife take
audience,
her hair
audience. I
down.
want y'all to look at me right now, right?
We
All
looking
right.
at you.
So the wife came to me once and she said, "Hey, help me take down his hair." Shorty charged an extra $30. I said, "Here's $50. Buy yourself a good lunch. Get the fuck out my face."
Get the
All right?
fuck out of here.
There's
The
no
fuck
way.
I look
This
like?
nigga, man, like you ain't great. You get the rat tail chrome to say the $30.
No, she can
Nigga,
have the
y'all could have
$30
been, y'all
and
could
the
have
extra
chopped it up.
$20.
That'd have been a good little conversation hour or two with you
Nah,
and
bro.
your wife.
I was probably about to play 2K. Probably about to get my player, G.
Niggas out here building power forwards, G.
I
Stretch
think I went with a
fours.
center, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did your
Yeah,
wife,
I'm sorry. I'm not taking down her hair, man.
Did your wife look at you crazy?
No, she happily accepted her free lunch and the extra money.
And took her hair down by herself.
She probably did. She probably got an extra 50,
G,
yeah.
right?
John Fizo, you ain't never took down braids, my nigga.
Nigga, do I look like the type of nigga that would ever like?
Nigga.
I don't pay attention to enough shit to eat. Like, nigga, I don't even know how to start a braid, let alone take apart a braid, nigga.
Nigga, they just like it's like 3 strands. They lay over top each other, and you just unweaving them shit.
Hey, Alex, guess what, G? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just not gonna do it, G. There's no level of love that would like let me occupy 25 to 30 minutes of my life undoing somebody's hair, nigga. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. G.
It's never been like
It's therapeutic.
there's never been braids in my house that
Therapeutic.
I haven't helped with, G. Like y'all niggas,
I
y'all,
want
y'all
better
know-
for you, Nate.
I'm gonna tell you this, Nate. I'm gonna tell you this, Nate.
Uh-huh.
The first time I do it will be the last time I do it, because if you give me some scissors, I'm just getting to that shit quick, G. I'm cutting
Nah,
as
you
much
can't-
of the
you
fucking
can't
braid
do
off
it.
as possible, G.
you don't touch the scissors, nigga. Like you
Nah,
serious?
yeah.
Nigga,
You let them
look,
do the cut,
look,
because
look.
that you cannot
You-
cut a strand of natural
you
hair, bro.
don't touch the scissors, nigga. You keep your hands off the scissors.
Nigga, I am cutting shit out, G. I'm getting that shit the fuck out of here.
So Alex has all females in his household. So like,
Yeah.
So
I know
Alex
he
been
knows.
braiding hair, unbraiding hair, G. He been doing it all, G.
Facts.
I have a daughter and I also have a wife, nigga. You, John, you have a wife. I'm surprised you haven't taken down braids, nigga.
Also have a thing called Zelle. And so when she has the needs for that, I would just Zelle her the money for what she needs, G, and she'll be good.
Hey, bro, you let her cut the braids, and she gonna smoke that shit because she gonna add additional 5 inches that she don't have to the braids that she cut off that you
Yeah.
gotta help. Like you ain't
But
got that. You ain't
the
got that
fake
much
hair
length.
unbraids very easily, bro.
So you
So it don't be that bad.
so you take a rat tail comb, G.
So let me ask you this. So y'all girls don't get braids like hoochies, right? They don't get the braids down to their ass, right? Because if I got a motherfucking unused braid, like your braids need to be the length of Terrence Crawford shit when he had like starter dreads. Like I'm not and make sure you drop a picture of Terrence Crawford with his starter dreads, G.
Oh man.
G, baby girl, I know how long your hair actually is, G. Like
you pay attention, G.
Don't try to finesse me into thinking that you got extra length. Cut that shit off at the shoulders, so I can help you with your braids. Get up out of here, and we can have a good night, G.
Bro. Listen, you want to know some wild shit I found out about braids, G?
What's that?
So when I grew up, G, girls used to get them yappy joints, G. You know what I'm saying? The beefy braids, and then they had to burn them bitches at the tip, G.
Yeah.
Then I found out like they don't burn at the tip.
You talking about the Jada Pinkett jeans, the Jada Pinkett joints,
the Janet Jackson Poetic Justice joints.
So they burn the tips?
They used to have to burn the tips, G.
Yeah,
I had sisters, G, so I knew about it, G, right? Now I just found out that they dip the braids, G. They put the edges of the braids.
Hey, Jaffe, don't fuck up your relationship with females on this podcast. Hey, they burn the tips, G. And they dip the braids.
And they dip the braids.
Like nigga, like it's a two-part scenario, G, right? So like you burn the braids to finish them off. Then you dip the braids, right? You dip them in
what do you dip them in? Castro GTX?
Hot water, G. Hot water.
Okay.
What does the hot water do? It condenses the braid or some shit?
Yeah. Keeps it fresh, G. Keeps it fresh.
Okay.
I could teach y'all niggas a lot of shit about female hair, but like
nigga, what's a box braid and what's a 2-strand? Like nigga, it's all kind of wild ass braids, G.
So like I was telling you earlier, the normal braid got 3 strands. A 2-strand is literally just 2 strands. It's like a twist that they just
Alex know all about that shit because he's finna go get his shit twisted up tomorrow.
I've had 2 strands before.
We definitely finna get Cam the Shador Sanders, G, so that we can hit niggas with the.
That's 2-strand. He got 2-strand twist.
We definitely for homecoming. We definitely looking at the Shadors. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Deion in Colorado is coming off the most viewed college football game of all time.
Most streamed college football game ever.
Slate.
No. It is the most streamed college football game in the history of college football.
Y'all want to talk about it?
Highest viewed college football game.
Over national title games?
Let's get into the show, G.
Y'all want to talk about it?
The number one game ever streamed is not even a national title game. It's Michigan versus Ohio State 1 versus 2 back in fucking 2008. John, get us in the fucking show. Let's go.
Check the stats, we winning. When we lost, we replenished. Started last, but we finished. I just need my percentage. Outer space is the limits. Lie when they said the sky. My life like Claude, taking risks. Need my piece of the pie. Check the stats, we winning. When we lost, we replenished. Started last, but we finished. I just need my percentage. Outer space is the limits. Lie when they said the sky. My life like Claude, taking risks. Need my piece of the pie. Check the stats, we winning. Going hard since the beginning. I took off a minute, but now I'm back in it. Like work when your vacation finished. I clean up my image, I'm grinning, cause I ain't in debt no more. I was down, now I'm up like my credit score. Got a daughter I gotta do better for. Let's get paid off these punchlines and metaphors. Taking the steps to be wealthy. Pop Global LLC. Went from a worker to owner. The system thought I'd be a goner. Was young with them warrants. I'm trying to get paid off for touring and live on my dreams while you snoring. Pull up in the foreign, get royal.
What's up, everybody? You are now tuned into A Cloud of Smoke, the podcast where we talk our shit. I'm one of your hosts, the big homie John, and I don't take down braids. And I'm gonna kick it to CLB, man.
Hey man, what's good, man? I'm gonna throw it to
you. Are not CLB, man.
G, that's not you.
You are.
That's not you. It's not you.
Hey, forgive me, G.
It's not you. Like you've never taken out a braid like
G,
ever. G.
The Equalizer. They had liquor at the theater, so I'm still lit, G. I'm continuing it, G. You know what I'm saying? Like, blame the Equalizer, G.
I think what fucked Jaffe up is the CLB shit, G. Like, it's because, like, I've adopted the name Nizza, and
ain't seen it in a while, G.
I don't know if I love it, G, but CLB ain't for me. But Jaffe, though, go ahead, G.
Hey, nigga, Big Slim Moo, Jaffito, Nizza, CLB, Freak, like nigga, it's a lot of names going on over here. And This shit right here.
Y'all can't change your name every week. You can't change your name every
G,
week.
I've been Big Slam Move for a minute, G, but I'm on this
I think I've been the
Terramana,
most
G,
consistent. with
and
the
this
nickname.
shit is different, nigga.
You and John have both been the most consistent with the names. You've been freaky since I've known you. I'm not gonna lie. You
hey yo.
I
Hey,
was
hey,
letting you
time
know,
out.
I
Like,
let you walk it
I
back,
thought he was gonna just keep going with his statement, but he waited. So, yo,
Alex is the freakiest nigga I know. G, like on or off the
man.
pod.
it's
Pause.
not even
man.
better. G, not even better.
You didn't make it better, man. Hey,
It
hey,
was-
before we get into
Come to find
I
out, Nate's
gotta
a
get you off.
cinephile, G.
John.
before hey G.
Tell me what the mass is next to your left arm, G.
What you mean?
What's that balled up paper? or
You got a
whatever that
brown
shit-
mass, nigga, next to your arm. Like what you open up this week, G?
Over there? Nigga, that's a yard bag, G. Chill out.
It
For
ain't
what?
I don't even where you
They
I don't
don't-
even know what you seeing, G. I don't see what you
G,
see.
They don't let y'all burn y'all compost.
Nigga,
in
look
Illinois, G?
behind you to your left.
Nigga, that big ass brown
It's a
paper
big
bag.
brown paper bag, G.
Oh yeah, it's a yard bag, G. It's not full
G,
yet.
why
G.
they paying so much attention to your aesthetics, G? Like,
Because this
Nigga,
nigga
we in the
aesthetics.
trenches, G. We in the trenches, all right?
in his garage.
in the trenches, G.
I'm sorry. You know what? You're right. That's not the right word. I'm in the success bunker.
The
All right.
success
Talk to me.
bunker.
I'm in the
Talk to me.
success bunker, G. All right. The magic happens in here.
No,
all right?
it doesn't.
always look.
Nothing
yes, it does.
happens in
It
there.
doesn't always look pretty, but it's always magical. All right.
Hey, go ahead and throw it to Mr. Hits himself, G.
Come on, Hits.
Hits. For the listeners who don't know, yeah, nigga, we
Freaky-
talking about
freaky
you,
Al.
nigga. We
Freaky
talking
Al's
about
not
you.
gonna
Know
answer
who we
for that,
talking
man.
My
about.
nigga, iron your backdrop, nigga, before you join the pod.
He
G.
definitely pulled that bitch right
With
out
the
of his
tablecloth.
linen.
Iron your
His linen
backdrop.
closet, G. Fold
Thanksgiving
it up.
tablecloth.
Hey, you see it was folded though. It wasn't just balled up. What's good though? Y'all know what time it is. It's
This nigga, man.
So look, before we get
Nigga said
into
what's good.
What's good?
before we
y'all?
get into Deion Sanders, I do want to stop in Colorado for a brief second.
Let's
Did y'all
talk.
see
Alright.
Congresswoman Boebert giving out
Oh,
handies
God.
at her
good-
fucking
good hand jobs at the theater, G.
Hey,
Boebert. Say it 3 times and she appears in security video from a weekend performance of Beetlejuice, where the congresswoman was kicked out of the theater for being disruptive. The DCPA says she was vaping. Boebert's team denied that, said the haze was from fog machines in the show. That claim goes up in smoke when you see the video. The pregnant woman sitting behind Boebert told the Denver Post she asked her to stop vaping, and Boebert refused. Her one-woman show continued, taking flash photos, raising her hands and dancing, often the only one clapping or standing up in the crowd. Boebert occasionally took a break from being disruptive to enjoy the company of her male companion. He briefly had a grasp on the situation before ushers returned and told Boebert she had to leave. The theater's incident report says Boebert pulled the "Don't you know who I am" card on the way out, appearing to give theater employees the single-finger salute.
wow, in there, G.
Mind you, she's a proponent of not letting children be exposed to any type of motherfucking like she is like the most devout Christian in the fucking House of Representatives, G. But shorty out here off a perk, G.
Shorty out here looking like she out here looking like Mia Khalifa, G. Like
Yeah, she could definitely get the D, bro.
Enough.
Whoa.
She out here
whoa.
looking-
Enough.
she out here looking like a
She do look like Mia Khalifa, G. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She look like Sarah Palin's niece or something. Was it Nell and
Nail-
Palin?
Palin.
Nell and
Y'all niggas freaky as hell.
Clearly.
Y'all niggas freaky
Clearly.
as hell, G.
I believe,
Nell and Palin.
I believe we've jumped the shark here. We
Gee.
went to. I shouldn't have even brought us here, man. You know, like we were saying,
Colorado lit right now, bro.
Colorado is the
definitely lit, man.
epicenter of culture and sports right now. You know what I'm saying?
Sports for sure. There's
Nah.
nothing
It
culturally
definitely has.
significant
Because
about Colorado.
Colorado. None of y'all check up for Colorado a year ago, G. When none of y'all,
At all.
all y'all niggas is fair weather fans, and all y'all niggas is just.
Can
out here.
we be honest?
We
Nigga,
got
my Colorado gear on the way, G.
Can we-
I've been a fan since Cordell Stewart.
No, you
You've not
haven't.
been a fan
No,
since
you
Cordell
haven't,
Stewart.
nigga. You have not.
Okay,
You
I've been a
knew
fan
about.
since
You have not been a
Rashawn
fan.
Salam.
No, you haven't.
you are
No,
naming two
no, you
guys from the
haven't.
same like '93 Colorado Buffalo
You
team.
are just like
Nigga, I've been a
reminiscing.
fan since Eric Bieniemy, nigga. What
You
y'all
have,
know about
you
that?
have
G?
been a fan.
You was at Colorado?
You
That
have been a
nigga definitely
fan
was in the backfield.
since Deion
Okay.
Sanders pulled up to the team last year. G, like, let's be real, G.
All right,
Not-
I give you that. That's
Not
fair.
even last year. I've been a fan since week 0. Like 3 weeks ago, G.
Why?
Yes.
Why is everybody fans of Colorado football right now?
Like everybody, you mean everybody black?
Everybody, yes.
No, 'cause it
I-
ain't
I don't see
everybody.
nothing but white people in them stands in Boulder, nigga.
Yeah, that's because that's the only people that live in
All the
Colorado.
black people are in the fucking boxes and in the fucking locker room, nigga.
All
Me
the black
personally,
people are across state lines.
no, I'm just gonna say this. So the reason why I think Deion it's the Money Mayweather effect, right? So there's a lot of people that are following Deion because they want to see him fail and fall flat on his face.
Mhm.
But there for the black folks, and I'm not just gonna say black folks, there is a very large population where you just want to see that nigga do well. Like Deion is like his energy, his demeanor, it's just affectionate. You know what I'm saying? Like it really draws you in to where you like encompassed by it and you really want to see the results. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, he believed that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it really makes you believe the shit. And he's such a stand-up fucking dude. It's like he's the model of what you would want your youth to be involved with. Like if I could say Deion could leave this career and go be a youth pastor and move niggas along in life, I think he would be successful at that. Like he has one of those kind of personalities that move people. I think a couple pods ago or maybe last week, I said if Deion wanted to fucking, you know what I'm saying, run for president or lead a fucking charge on Normandy, he wouldn't have a shortage of motherfuckers behind him that really wanted to get to it. You know what I'm saying? He's that charismatic of a fucking
I'm just saying this: if Deion was leading the charge on Normandy, I'd be like, man, look at that crazy nigga over there. As I did not charge on Normandy.
I'm just saying though, you know what I'm saying? Nate, you shaking your head. What you got, G?
I agree with you, but like I want to know why. Right? I want to like Deion. He's not the first black head coach of a Power 5 team. You know what I'm saying? He's not the first person with charisma to be a head coach. He's not the first person to, you know, to be culturally relevant. You
Can
know
I
what I'm
speak
saying?
to
So
Go ahead, because I want to answer this question. But I'm gonna let you answer it.
why is it?
Can
I
so-
want to hear, like, really.
So Deion came into the game and didn't conform.
Mhm.
A lot of black coaches, when they get into that CEO role in a college,
Mhm.
them niggas instantly become the niggas that run with the boosters or the niggas that they put on their shirt and tie and they, you know what I'm saying? Deion came in that motherfucker and he was like, nigga, I don't need
Are
this
we
shit.
sure Deion didn't conform?
We had this
Last-
conversation. We had this conversation last year, right? So what I
What was
am
his
gonna
theme
say
music
is,
last year?
no. We gonna get to that. You heard me. I was just chanting the music. So
Okay.
in Boulder, there has been some. I will say this, and I don't want to take away from my point. Deion is going from what we respect him for, all black college, HBCU, where anything goes, nigga. If you wanted to have Sexy Red in the locker room before the game, nigga, Deion gonna do that shit, right? But in Boulder, you know what I'm saying? Like I just said, those stands are filled with white people. There ain't a black person in them stands. So I don't think you can come in that motherfucking play Tupac and Snoop and all this shit. Although they buy it more than us and they know it more than us, there are older individuals in that motherfucker that may not never approve. And then there may be backlash. Because if we know some motherfuckers that's gonna sound the whistle, it's gonna be an old white motherfucker that just want to come look at their alma mater or their state school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the part about the point that I'm making, where when black people do get to take over the job, because Mel Tucker was at Colorado at one point, right?
Uh-huh.
He was at Colorado. Didn't do
I
too
thought it was
well.
in Michigan State.
It's at Michigan State now.
No. He's there now. He was at Colorado at one point.
He ain't in Michigan State much longer.
Yeah, he's about to get booted out of there. But what I'm
Nigga's
saying is,
gone already.
what I'm saying is, Deion talk the way we talk. He style on niggas the way we style on niggas, right? his kids, you know what I'm saying? One thing about Deion, he allowed his personalities to be personalities because he knows that in order to be successful, you have to have personality, right? You have to be yourself. So if he want to have Key Glock or Young Dolph in the locker room gassing people up, one thing you're never gonna say is that Deion players ain't disciplined, that Deion players ain't. And I said it when we was watching the broadcast when they were losing. I said, this is a lot. He needs to get the celebrities off the sideline and get to the coaching part of it. But he didn't have to do that because every time they panned over to the sideline, we got Offset in the middle of the game yelling fumble. We got fucking Lou Young and Michael Irvin running on the field, chasing down Shador. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, it's like he's made college football accessible to the niggas on the block. You know what I'm saying? He's made college football accessible to the athletes that felt like when we got to college, you know what I'm saying? We had to do this Betty Crocker ass shit.
Saying that he's the first to do that?
I mean, you tell me somebody that's done it the way he did it. He's doing it his way.
John had a tape. I want to hear what John was saying.
Deion has convinced you that his plight is different from everybody else's. While, you know, it is to one extent, but to another extent, he, you know, a lot of coaches put their stamp on the team, right? You know, he's not the first eccentric coach. He may be the first eccentric black coach that we've kind of seen. And I mean,
if Deion ain't the first, tell me one. Tell me one black coach in college that you know and remember. Tell me one.
That had a personality like Deion. I don't.
They don't fucking exist. They don't. They become part of the machine.
But what I'm saying though is Deion's antics have people focused on things that are not necessarily the football, which is working well for him now.
What antics?
Right? Just him being him, right? So the thing is, he can have all these celebrities and shit like that. They just barely eked out a win against a team they was a 24-point favorite against. Right?
Alex, I want to hear what Alex got to say. What you got, Al?
Man, I just feel like Deion is doing his thing, but if he wasn't winning, he wouldn't have this kind of following behind him. And I think the win is coming to an end soon. And I want to see what happened after USC, after UCLA, once reality sets in.
What happens if he beats him?
Gonna be?
What happens?
No, if he beats him, he earns it. But what I'm saying to you is this: other programs, when you have credibility as a football program and not as the media firestorm that Deion is, you don't celebrate eking out a win against a team that you were a 24-point favorite against. That is not when Alabama just beat South Florida by 7 points. Did you see a smiling face on the fucking?
Let me ask you this: is Deion celebrating, or is it those people that sat through that 1-10 season last year celebrating?
That part.
What you mean? Deion I watched his son went into the stands. He taking pictures with the fans. He jumping into nigga. Y'all just barely eked out a win against a team that
John, we talking about Deion, not Shador. Shador is a fucking team. Who win or lose?
The culture
John,
that Deion has.
You coach kids. When those niggas are victorious, they celebrate. They run through the little mom and pop fucking line and fingers waving and the children on the end.
Fam, let me ask you a question.
Nigga, win or lose.
Let me ask you a question. How many times have you seen credible football programs bring in all the celebrities that Deion brought in to play a team that they're a 3-touchdown favorite against?
Deion has been doing this from day one.
I think you're missing the fact that Colorado football was an incredible program prior to Deion Sanders coming over there.
Technically, if we're being honest, we don't know if they're a credible program now. We know that they've had 3 wins.
All we know now is that they have 300% surpassed their winning percentage over last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right? That's all we know.
What we do know, and what we also know is when they get off the bus, they got a dog in the fight. They got a few dogs in the fight.
All we know right now is that Colorado football prior to Deion Sanders being there was 1-11. And right now they're 3-0. That's all we know now. Right? So something, and And in this 3-0 plight that they have right now, they've already taken out a top 20 ranked team, TCU, who was in the national championship last year.
Tell the whole story if you're gonna tell it though.
Albeit a lot of the players from that national championship team are not on that team right now. However, you know what I'm saying?
That team was a fraud.
This is still a team, you know what I'm saying, that prior to 2023 season was supposed to be not good.
Let me sum it up like
now,
this.
Before you get there, we've given the context before in previous episodes, but Deion Sanders' presence alone has brought over 80 transfers from other programs to the Colorado program, right? And within minutes of being the head coach of, or being announced as the head coach of this program, he walks into the meeting room and says, "Hey, yo,
essentially y'all ain't good enough.
If find somewhere else to do this shit at, because it's not gonna be here. Because I'm bringing in some niggas who gonna be able to do this shit." And the fact remains that he is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, and in a convincing fashion for the most part. You supposed to beat Colorado State by 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, here we are.
So, you know what this reminds me of? And I'm about to have a little bit of a nerd moment. What Deion has done, to his credit, is he has engaged people that are not traditional or regular college football fans. And those people are kind of driving the conversation, right? This reminds me of when Black people watched their first superhero movie in Black Panther and swore that it was the greatest superhero movie of all time. When in reality, I mean, it was a good movie, but no, it's not the best Marvel movie. If you're somebody who's been committed to that genre of movies, you know it's not the best. It's not the best. Just like these 3 wins are not the most impressive, but if you are somebody that's new to this or is, very surfacely involved with this, that's
Deion keep winning.
Right. That's where we are.
And to be clear, there's a lot of people who are surface level invested into this situation.
Absolutely.
Because their last game versus Colorado State was the most streamed game in NCAA football history. Am I correct in saying so?
Yeah. That you are correct.
Conversation. Can we have a conversation?
Sure.
Let's have a conversation. The Deion effect. It's if you gonna say UTBE, the best to ever do it or the best to ever, like, you got to go out there and you got to put the results down, right?
Facts.
There's been nothing but controversy behind Deion. When he left fucking high school and went to Jackson, nigga, you a high school coach running high school plays. You ain't gonna win in fucking FBS football. This big boy football. This ain't high school football. He come there. He tell y'all I'm gonna turn this shit around. We gon' fucking win.
Nigga lose.
Can I stop you right there? Can I stop you right there?
He lose what, 2 games in 3 seasons?
Can I stop you right there? Can I stop you right there?
Go ahead. But I'm telling you, I'm finna make my point.
I'm gonna stop you right there because the funny thing about that narrative, I never heard anybody say Deion wasn't going to be successful at Jackson State. I heard Deion tell you that people said that. No, not at Jackson State, because the bar was low at Jackson State. I'm telling you this right now. I never heard no outside entity say that Deion was not going to be. So
let me say this, John. If the bar was low, he exceeded the fucking bar.
I didn't say that he didn't.
The bar was 5 wins, the nigga won the conference championship and played in fucking the big time game, right?
The SWAC championship.
The SWAC championship, right? Everybody's lining up to see this nigga lose. And even when he lose, because listen, I get what y'all said. Are they still gonna love this nigga after he lose? I seen Deion lose at this level. I saw him lose twice at Jackson in the big games. And he stood in front of the cameras and he told them niggas, we still working. We getting up every day and we doing what we supposed to do.
Sure.
And we gonna show up and we gonna come do it again. It's a humility about that nigga. For whatever arrogance that motherfuckers feel like Deion bring, and you can say, I'm gonna tell you this, you can't watch TV without seeing a Deion Sanders commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
The nigga's a salesman. We know that he's selling us on shit, but you don't get nowhere in life without being a salesman. You have to sell yourself. Win, lose, or draw. You can be the worst nigga walking, but if you sell yourself to be the best, Floyd Mayweather ain't the best. He's probably not the best boxer to ever box, but he
He never
showed y'all and
lost.
told y'all
His
niggas.
records say
It's a
that
lot
he
of
did,
niggas
though.
that ain't never lost. They can say they the best, but because Floyd done told y'all he the best every time he opened his mouth, y'all don't deny it when he say it, and he backs it up. So why should Deion not be the one to say that, nigga, I don't give a fuck that we going to Oregon this weekend. We gonna show up to Oregon. We gonna play football. Win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? We gonna stay committed. Deion has built this community around every program that he's been in that it's affectionate and you can't do shit but motherfucker be like, I like that nigga. Like me and Nate got a little saying. When we see some dope shit, what we say, Nate?
I like that nigga.
I like that nigga. Win, lose, or draw. I like that nigga. Whatever he got going on, I'm
Look,
fucking with him.
I'm with you on, like, obviously I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm an NFL fan. I will always cheer for Deion, right? The thing that I don't like is how people, the surface fans I don't care about, right? Surface fans, I expect them to do that. But how people who are as intimately involved with college football as I am, being stupid, all right? I want Deion to be successful. I hope they beat Oregon, but let's chill. Let's chill and let them have the opportunity to build the program and be held to the same standard.
Deion said to you one time, they're about to win the Natty.
No. No.
He ain't never said he gonna win the Natty. His
But
goal
I'm gonna
is
be
just
honest
to
with you.
fucking build the program.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't hear too many people talking about winning the Natties. Nick Saban don't even tell you he's gonna win the Natty every year. No, he says it's the goal.
That's
It's
the
the
goal. Dabo, that's the goal.
That's the goal. That's what that's
what's the goal, Nate?
But you know what that speaks to? That speaks to the credibility of those programs. And I'm not saying that Deion won't ever get that credibility. I'm saying that that program doesn't have it right now. And this meteoric ride and having celebrities at a what is supposed to be a cupcake game, shit kind of.
Let me say this. And the celebrities just ain't at the cupcake game. Nigga, they've been there from day one. They've been there from day fucking one.
I saw the meme. The motherfucker says, "Gee, they got Colorado. They got Kawhi Leonard to the Colorado game,
and that nigga don't even show up to
that
his
nigga
own
don't even show up to his
Yeah.
own games. Nigga, like
It's the Deion effect, bro. It's the effect.
Yeah.
Niggas, listen, niggas love winners, and niggas love niggas that can talk that talk. And I keep
Yes.
making the Floyd Mayweather reference because the thing is, when Floyd was at his peak, when he was money made, everybody was riding with that nigga. Win, lose, like you wanted to see that
No,
nigga lose.
I don't want to take away. I don't want to take away from Deion. Deion did something. I don't know if y'all remember this. Y'all remember when Marshawn Lynch would not speak to the media?
Mhm.
Deion is the one who got him to speak to the media. And the nigga lit up and opened up in ways that honestly the general media didn't even think Marshawn Lynch was capable of. Now this nigga's a pitch man, doing commercials.
Marshawn Lynch is a fucking national treasure and should be
He is.
protected in all means. Because these white folks gonna come for Marshawn at some point.
Yeah, eventually.
I actually don't think they will.
That nigga's a treasure.
Deion Sanders good for college football?
Yes.
Yes. He's competition.
He's grown the game by himself alone.
That nigga is amazing for college football. For all the reasons that the people who hate on dude don't even understand. Deion Sanders has always been a guy first person. Always. He's always been a charismatic, football player.
You look good, you play good. You play good, they pay good.
He's never, that dude don't even curse.
Bull
right?
jive.
So like the narrative that comes around Deion Sanders, is inherently false. That people think he's bad for the game, that he's just a look at me type dude.
That's the narrative that's been around here for 30 years.
He has been Deion Sanders since he was 19 years old coming out of Florida State. This nigga did his commitment video in a hot tub with chains on and bitches around. That nigga's been that nigga since his inception.
Deion is not bad for football. He is a threat to the status quo, and that is a good thing.
The status.
I love that. I love that for him.
That's a good thing.
I love for everybody to be focused on Colorado and Deion. And this is the thing. He's just the coach of Colorado. Fuck Colorado football. Because in 2 years, when Deion get his next job, I'm gonna follow Deion over there too.
But you know
What?
what it is though? Is the team around him? Like if you look back on their motivation for wanting to win that Colorado State game was, and the narrative around their season at this point was, if you can draw like a parallel to if you can just paint a theme for their season, it's personal, right? And it's personal because the attack on Deion specifically, right?
Every week.
And him showing up as his authentic self, you know, as a black man specifically, right? Like we can't alleviate that fact that it's dude showing up as a black man in his essence.
Be
And-
careful with that connotation.
How
Mike.
long
Be
can
careful
they
with that.
still ride the It's Personal wave though?
All year.
Not long.
It's
As
all
long,
year.
Yeah, maybe you can do all-
as
oh,
long
yeah.
as there's people coming against
Mm-hmm.
that.
The
You can
status
ride
quo,
that
because
wave.
the status quo is gonna say, because let's break it down to the brass tacks. The status quo attacked Deion when Deion was at Jackson because they knew he was a threat. He was coming. He was still in their 5-star recruits. Nick Saban. Oh, he paid Travis Hunter $1 million. The status quo was coming for Deion from the jump.
Stay there,
You know
John.
what I'm saying?
But stay there. HBCUs have more or less all black coaches, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What makes Deion different than the rest of the black coaches? Keep in mind, Eddie George is a head coach at a HBCU university. Hugh Jackson is a head coach at a
Rafi
HBCU
just answered the
university.
question for you. Deion was the one who would get Travis Hunter. He got the number one player in the
What
country.
makes Deion Sanders different than every other nigga that's coaching football right now?
Because Deion Sanders is culturally relevant and he's good at his job. And he'll get in front of the camera and tell you that he's good at his job and he commands results from his players and they're going to give him results. That's why Deion Sanders can get a Travis Hunter, but Hugh Jackson or Eddie George can't.
Well, I think
Accountability.
Deion can go to Travis Hunter and his mama and his people and say, who knows more about being a cornerback than me? He has that credibility of being the GOAT at his position.
Who knows more about playing two ways?
Eddie
both ways.
George was a phenomenal running back. Hugh Jackson,
Hugh Jackson
has
is
coached
8-year
multiple
tenured
NFL teams.
head coach, right?
Why don't they have the same cachet as Deion Sanders? That's what I want to get to.
They're not as charismatic
They're-
either.
They're not, and they did not have the career success that Deion had. They did not have the outward personality to. I mean, look,
Hey,
Deion he's that charisma. It goes a
Let-
long way.
let's not do
Here's
this.
what I'm
I'm
going to say,
gonna
bro.
say this. I'm gonna say this.
Hold
I-
on. Before y'all go, I just want to get this out. Wasn't Ed Reed most recently a head coach at a HBCU?
And what happened?
But through
He couldn't
he-
cut the mustard.
that nigga got fired before.
What do you
they
mean?
even-
Cut the mustard. He never
He
never
got
coached a game.
fired. He got
Nigga.
fired before they even played a snap of football.
Why did he get fired?
And for those who don't know who Ed Reed is one of the top safeties of all time.
two.
in the
And
NFL.
He ain't
why
two.
did Ed
Top
Reed
two and he
get
ain't
fired?
two.
Ed Reed got fired because he shot his wire before he could prove it on the field. He cursed out the administration. He badmouthed the administration before they even did their first practice.
Ed
So
Reed
you-
has charisma. Ed Reed has the cachet.
Not if.
Ed Reed has the pedigree. Ed Reed has
Listen. I'm gonna just tell you this. There's a difference between Ed Reed and Deion. They stole Deion's checks. They did not give this program the money that they was earning. And Deion told people to float it in the media, but you never heard it come from Deion's mouth. Meanwhile, Ed Reed saw garbage on the field and called out the administration right after a hurricane publicly. So Deion aired the same grievances that he had with Jackson State, but he did it by proxy, whereas Ed Reed went into the fucking media and said, man, this shit unacceptable. They got garbage on the field.
Man,
Hey,
I'm
can
going to
I
tell
ask-
you this.
Go ahead,
What's up, man? What's up?
Al.
The only thing Deion Sanders ever been mediocre at is playing wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys.
Relax.
Everything
Relax.
else he's done,
He's been
he's
great
excelled at. Whether it's baseball, playing cornerback,
I think
Being
you need
a
to go back
fucking
and
TV
look at that
personality.
baseball stats again.
maybe
G,
the
but-
maybe the music career was me.
Gee, that nigga
too.
batted 500. G, like
He
chill,
definitely
nigga.
did.
But must be the
500.
money. Must be the money is still a timeless classic.
It's
so I
not.
can't even
It's-
call
So,
it.
It's
so I
definitely
want
not.
to speak to John's question. And
I'm
your
even
question,
say
Nate.
he's an elite father too. He got his
Yeah,
sons with him.
I'm going. I was
he's
definitely gonna
not
go there.
mid at nothing. Dion
So-
excels at everything. He
Have
commits his mind
have
to.
y'all niggas ever ranked y'all kids, G?
Dion's a
Hell
mid
nah.
husband. He's had a few
Nigga,
wives.
I only got
he's
two,
a
so-
mediocre
Hey,
husband.
I got 5 kids, G, and like I got a mental ranking of them niggas, G, but like I never tell the poor.
I never tell them, but listen, I know which I know.
That's
I know when I get.
insane.
Listen, I tell this to my old lady all the time. One of us gonna have to stay sound of mind when we get older, because if it come down to that older one, oh, that nigga's putting us in a home.
Oh yeah.
But my daughter gonna fight her husband to make sure her daddy can shit in the living room. So I'm just telling you. So I don't know if that matters as like a ranking. You know what I'm saying?
Deadpan Joffrey, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. I know she gonna fight her husband to be like, my daddy needs to stay in the front room. Cameron going, I ain't got time for this shit. Put that nigga up next to a window, roll that nigga wheelchair over there. I'll be here once a month.
I just want to know. I want to know, what is it about Deion Sanders
Can I speak to it?
that gives him the aura?
Accountability. I don't think that when you asked about Travis Hunter, all that shit's fine and dandy. Like Nate said, Hugh Jackson coached in the NFL. Eddie George is an all-time great at a running back. When Deion say something, I'm gonna hold you accountable, and nigga, you hold me accountable. So if I'm not waking up and working just as hard as you, all of us watch the Coach Prime series, right?
But
Hold on. We all watched the Coach Prime series, right?
We did.
When Deion was going through all his trials and tribulations, right? Getting his fucking toes cut off, fucking need to get on the stem fucking 2 hours before practice and 4 hours after practice. That nigga never not once missed a practice. That when he wasn't under and sedated, and he never not once showed up for them boys. When they attack his players, that nigga Deion get in front of it, right? When they attack his son, he gets in front of that shit. Deion holds everybody around him accountable. Nigga, if you're a player,
I don't even think that's the point, G.
But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying from a player's point of view. Whereas Nick Saban will just dismiss you. We watched this last week. We watched fucking his corner get smoked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deion know every camera in the stadium on him, right? It did keep him from going over to that kid and telling that kid, look, we practice this shit. I have all the confidence in the world that you're going to make the next play. And although it looked like I'm getting on your ass, don't ever forget, nigga, I love you. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? I can get behind a nigga like that, bro.
And I think that the validity in that is more over than just having the cachet or the skill set that people respect. I think what people respect more than anything when it comes to Deion is that he's always showed up as his authentic self, right?
He has.
You know what I'm saying? So when you show up as your authentic self, I think that, like, as specifically as a Black man, right? I've been a part of like work groups in my work situation, to where, you know,
Push back against that though.
Hold on.
Give me a second.
Let him make his point.
Where we've had a breakout group, right? A ERG, you know what I'm saying, a employee resource group, to where it was just Black men showing up in a room, small room, being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I think that the thing that separates Deion Sanders from everybody else out there is that he introduced himself as his authentic self. He showed up as his authentic self, you know what I'm saying, as a player, as a coach, and now, you know what I'm saying, as an entity. And I think people resonate with that, specifically in this time, right? If you think about the 90s, right, I think that was a different time period. People wanted to be more PC. People wanted to show up. Must be the money. What was you know what I'm saying? That was a thing that was like, you know,
You fall into
taboo.
the trap, Nate.
It was taboo. But like that man has been his authentic self since he
You're falling
Hold
into
on,
the
John.
trap.
Hold on. I'm going to summarize what Nate's saying, because he said a lot of words to say something that we all know in the Black community as that's a real nigga. That's as simple as it gets.
You
Deion
are
is a real
falling into
nigga.
the trap.
Real recognize real,
That-
and that's a real
that
nigga,
part.
and that's why he commands the
part.
respect. from
Y'all
the
are
boys.
falling into the trap.
Talk to us, John. We ain't gonna keep shutting you down. Go and talk to us.
Here's the thing. Y'all remember Tyrone Willingham?
No.
Mhm.
Military raised?
Yeah,
Who's to
Notre
say
Dame.
he wasn't being his
Notre
authentic
Dame.
self? Right? See, the thing is, white people like to box blackness in a small compartment. Deion is being himself, no doubt about it. But what I'm telling you is that other black men that came before Deion that coached big time programs, they were likely being their authentic selves as well. Todd Bowles, when I watch him coach Tampa Bay, it may not be urban or hip hop, but Todd Bowles is authentically a black man.
That nigga
Okay?
is an angry, honorary, surly
Kenny
ass black
Green-
man, G.
Kenny Green was authentically a black man.
And them
Okay.
niggas get results.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is that it's a slippery slope to be
But-
like, man,
But
Deion
them
is
niggas-
perfect,
them
authentically
niggas-
be himself.
They don't have the cachet.
But
Kenny
like,
Green didn't have a cash.
if we think about the 90s, when Deion was introduced to the world, there was a lot of authentic black men at the time. But how many of those people resonated with
The kids, the kids, say the kids,
the kids, right?
right?
How
So-
many
so-
of them did?
So that
That's a
Deion
skill set.
is more relatable to kids in the way that he carries himself, and like you said, being his authentic self, right?
It's a reason why Ken Griffey Jr. was a just better than mediocre baseball player, but resonated.
whoa,
but
fucking
resonated.
whoa!
But
You will not do
resonated.
that.
But resonated with everybody.
Are
I'm
you
just
talking
saying.
about
Like I'm
the
just I'm saying,
9-time Gold Glove?
I'm talking about all time,
the
right?
fuck? I'm talking
not a
about all
big-
time,
We
too.
talking all time
I'm
too.
not a baseball fan. Like you guys can crucify
Griffey
me if
is
you want
him,
to.
G. Griffey's him.
Can-
Derek Jeter's a better example.
I'm
G.
just saying, like there's a reason
Don't do
why
that to Jeter, man.
There-
What is going on here?
all
Huh?
Ken
I kind
Griffey
of feel like
Jr.
Griffey was mid though.
all Ken Griffey
Oh
had to
my
do,
god!
all that
'Cause he
nigga
was
had to
always
do,
hurt.
all he had to
He
do
was
was do
always
what I
hurt.
did right here.
Turn
All he
that
had
head-
to do
my-
was
turn
turn
that
his
head
head
around.
around, and he's resonated with the youth.
Turn that head around and
Am I
smack
lying?
a couple
Always
400-foot homers.
hurt.
Am
Okay,
lying?
I am
No,
not gonna
no,
allow
hold on,
y'all
Nate.
to disrespect.
Nate,
All,
I will-
all,
I
all,
will say-
all
I will
Deion
say-
Sanders had to do was come out with some gold chains,
And some
a fucking
bandanas
Jerry curl,
and a
you know what I'm
dance.
saying, and had some bitches around, and now he's resonated with the youth.
He's resonating with today's youth, but all I'm gonna say to you is,
All
and
all Allen Iverson had to do was come out with some braids.
Allen
some
Iverson wasn't in a
baggy
leadership
shorts,
role.
Some
Allen
baggy
Iverson
shorts,
wasn't he
and some
neither was
bitches
Ken
and some
Griffey.
tattoos, and niggas follow. Like I'm speaking to why people follow certain
Here's
people.
my problem with that though, right? When you hear Randy Moss talk about being the young trouble version of himself and the impact that Denny Green, right? So Deion resonated with the youth in that he's relatable on a lot of different levels, right? Denny Green resonated with young black players because you know what? He was that role model father figure that some of them never
Not gonna
had.
lie, I've never heard of Danny Green until he talked about the Bears.
If
You
you want
never
to
heard of the
disrespectful,
nigga.
G. First
Brown.
Ken Griffey,
Just I'm not even
Denny
gonna lie.
Green, G.
I personally have never heard of Danny Green until he talked about like they are who we thought they were.
Right,
Never
man.
You ain't know nothing
has
about the Vikings in the 90s.
I wasn't paying attention.
Danny
John
Green
Randall
used to
was
wear
the
them
only nigga in the
funky
Vikings.
ass
John Randall was the
50-50
only
balls.
I'm
only
disgusted with you,
90s besides of
Dante Culpepper, Randall Cunningham, Brad
besides
Cunningham,
them.
Brad
like
Childress.
that was it. You know
What I'm saying, the only point I want to make is
What's the
that
nigga
black
that threw his
people-
helmet? Dwayne Rudd, the linebacker.
Black people and being them authentic selves, it looks different depending on the black person. And
Keep
one version is not more important than the next. Right. So to say that Deion is the first black man to be authentically himself, no. Maybe the first black man in that position to be authentically himself in an urban hip hop kind of modern way, sure.
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when I watched Tyrone Willingham at Notre Dame, he was one of them guys.
Right. So this is and nothing that you said is wrong, John. I agree with you 100%. But Deion is loud and outspoken, and he's unapologetic about it. I'm
him
not taking
in his
anything
truth.
right. That's him in the truth. Tyrone, I am a Notre Dame fan, and you know this. Tyrone Willingham was a very good coach, but that nigga was militant. which doesn't fucking resonate with the youth, and it doesn't resonate with us. Because just like we just said, if we told our black kids that, nigga, you gonna follow and listen to this black militia, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be like, fuck him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that shit will never resonate. You know what I'm saying? Tony Dungy would never resonate. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these niggas, Tony Dungy came to college football and fell flat on his fucking face. Arizona State won nothing while Tony Dungy was there.
Don't
Great
do that.
fucking
Don't
coach,
do that.
though. Great
That was
fucking
Herm
coach, though.
Edwards. Don't do that to Tony Dungy.
Oh, Herm. That's Herm.
That was
That's
Herm Edwards. Don't,
My bad,
don't,
Herm.
don't do that to Dungy, man.
But Herm Edwards was a great fucking coach, too. It
They
fell
fired
flat
that
on his
nigga.
fucking face.
They didn't let him get to the tunnel when they fired him.
You feel me? But this is what I'm
The
saying.
AD
Like,
came and walked that nigga, turned him.
didn't even let him fly back home with the team on the plane, nigga. We gonna get you
But
a commercial flight.
What I'm gonna say is this, because Herm Edwards, it's debatable. Me and you have a different opinion of what great coaches are. All right, that's debatable. What I'm gonna say to you is that when I look at old boy in Stanford who just retired, David Shaw, right?
Cornball,
was-
but you know,
But that's him though, right?
we don't know. That nigga could be drinking 40s, kicking it in fucking Oakland for all we know. But he was the coach at Stanford, and it's standards that come
David
when you the
Shaw
head
has
coach at
never
fucking
been
Stanford.
to Oakland.
I'm just saying, we don't know. We
He
don't
been
know
there
if-
when he what school is in Oakland? There's a school up there.
Cal, ain't it Cal? It doesn't
I
matter.
think so.
It doesn't. All I'm
Nigga,
saying, I just
if you
want
told me
to
Dame
warn.
Lillard was from Oakland, I would tell you Dame has never been to Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what the fuck these niggas do in their spare time. But at the end of the day, I know that when you coach at Stanford, there's a standard that comes with that. They not finna let Stanford as a school is not deprived of fucking media and a following to where Deion could come in now. And let's just put a bow on this. Let's just be real. Colorado needs Deion, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
because they need Deion can be his fucking authentic self.
Yeah.
Notre
Actually,
Dame,
though, I actually
a
push against
Stanford,
that though.
Every
no,
Hey,
a Notre
hey,
Dame, a Stanford, a fucking Florida
I
State.
know. You're trying to get us out of here.
Every school in the fucking country
No, listen.
could benefit off of a Dion, nigga.
They
Li-
can,
listen,
like,
but
listen.
period.
Stanford don't need
Like,
Deion.
No. I have to
Stanford
say
don't
this.
need Deion.
I have to say this.
every college football program in the country would benefit off of having Deion Sanders as their head coach. Every single
Nah.
one.
Yeah.
There is
I don't
not an
agree.
entity
Yeah.
bigger than Deion Sanders in college football right now, nigga.
I would much
I
rather have
agree
Khaki
with that.
Jim at Michigan than Deion Sanders. I'm
There
just
That's
is-
what I'm
being
saying.
no.
Michigan,
There-
Ohio
there
State,
is
Alabama, Georgia, none of them need Deion.
The numbers prove it.
Deion was literally sent to Colorado to fail. He was a threat at Jackson State, and Colorado was a job that nobody had been successful at in a long time, right? I think they have the most Power 5 losses in the last 7 years of any programs. He didn't get any mid-major offers. He didn't get any of the next step up offers that coaches
Why is
typically
that?
go on.
Why is that?
Because the plan was for him to fail. That was the plan.
Let's bury this dude. When he go up here and he stinks
Right.
it up, we get rid of him. All that glow, that aura that he has right now, that untouchable feeling. No recruit's gonna want to go there once they go there and see that he can't win.
And when you pull up like show enough, nigga, you know what I'm saying? When you pull up like the one
Well,
with your
this
aura and your
speaks
glow.
to the point that you were making. His ability to be relatable to today's youth is how he's able to pull 78 guys that are frustrated in the programs that they're currently at,
Yeah.
right? And these weren't, it's not like these guys weren't going to play, right? Some of these guys might have been at Bama as freshmen or Georgia as freshmen, and we're going to get an opportunity in a year or two. And Deion said, come get your opportunity right now, right?
So what I'm asking, right?
His son is a major recruiting tool too, though.
That defensive back coach at Southern Iowa, who's a real nigga, right? Who's relatable, who's all that, right? That running back coach at Western Michigan, you know what I'm saying? Who's relatable, who's a nigga, who's from the streets, who's what makes Deion different than all these niggas, man?
Nobody
Deion has
knows
a-
those niggas that you're talking about.
Right.
Hall of
He's
Fame
got the
pro
name,
football
right.
career.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Like, again, you can
This
be
nigga
all of
got
these things.
like 8 nicknames. He's Neon, Dion, Primetime.
Now, and that's why I entered
Coach
in Eddie
Prime.
George. That's
Coach
why I entered in
Prime.
Hugh Jackson. That's when I entered in all these names that
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You got to stop putting those.
that
Hugh
we
Jackson,
can attach with attach
listen,
with blackness.
nobody knows
and
Eddie George's
success.
personality. Nobody knows Eddie George's personality.
That's what I'm saying.
But Dion has been a pitch
That's
man
what
for
I'm
how many years?
Dion was
30
on
years?
HBO
What
I'm
Network
saying.
for like a decade.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
21st in
That's
prime.
what I'm saying. Like my question
grew up on Prime,
goes
though.
beyond football and Coach Prime. My question goes on because y'all know my stance. My stance on shit that doesn't really require skill set. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm the biggest Sexy Red hater of them all.
But she's spinning.
But she's out here, right?
She's spinning.
She's on every opportunity for this bitch to show up on TV or in the blogs or she's there, right? Like, there's certain people who just have the it factor. Dion is one of those people. Sexy Red is one of those people, right?
Cannot put them two in the same category.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Sexy Red's an industry player. Dion's bucking the system.
I am simply
How dare
talking
you.
about from what is visible to our eyes on a regular basis, whether we want to consume it or not. So there's never been a Sexy Red song that I've listened to personally. I have never, like, once in my life, have never typed in Sexy Red in Apple Music and searched for a song. However, this chick pops up in everything that
Every algorithm.
that I am every algorithm that I have, she's popping up.
Change your algorithms, then.
She pops up in yours too. Don't front. Alex, she pops up in yours too. Joff.
That's because y'all be sending it on the group thread. I don't be checking for that.
I've never sent the thing about sexual.
So let me ask y'all this.
I just
So
did.
needless to fucking say, if Dion could go back to his younger self and tell him one thing to change, I don't think that nigga would change a thing.
A single
I
thing.
don't think he would change a thing. If he went
He
back to
is today who he was in 1999.
and he has
1991.
accomplished more in his life than I think he even thought at that time he would.
Mhm.
Let me ask y'all this. If y'all could go back and talk to y'all younger self,
Ooh.
what's one thing that y'all would tell your younger self to be, cognizant of or do differently? What's one thing? Who's ready? I know I just hit y'all with this, but
I'll
who's
go
ready?
first. I would tell my younger self, put in the work when nobody else looking. Because I think that one little piece of information that I didn't realize till I became an adult would have sent my life on a whole different trajectory. So that's what I would tell my younger self.
So do you feel like you didn't apply yourself at times?
I know I didn't apply myself. And that's just being honest. I did enough based on what I thought I needed to do to achieve
In the light,
success
at the
level I was at.
You did it in front of people that you felt could make decisions for you.
Right. I didn't do enough behind the scenes to get to where I wanted to go, but I didn't know that's what I needed either.
Alex is on to something.
I didn't have a big bro. My dad, he ain't know nothing. This a nigga from Southside Chicago. He ain't know shit. So he looking at me like, damn, I wish I could have been in my son's shoes.
You also didn't know what those around you who had similar skill sets or special things, what they were doing or how they were moving. You know what I'm saying? Like I would agree, with Alex, right? And I would, not to piggyback, but I think that's what I would change about my younger self. Like, the base level that I knew was what I knew, not what was actual, you know what I'm saying, to the level that I wanted or achieve or wanted to be at, right? So like there was only so much information that we were privy to at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, right? Only so much information, right? Like we're in the information era right now to where you can go find information on anything that you want to do or aspire to be right now. But
you can see what that nigga's doing on Instagram to get to the level he got to.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know what the people that my similar skill set were doing around me, you know what I'm saying, to kind of level myself and put myself on the level playing field, right? Now, like, I'm not just talking about like athletics or sports, I'm just talking about like period.
In life,
Right? You know what I'm saying? To where, like, if I didn't have direct relationships or conversations with people in the room, I didn't know what Jack was doing across the road, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to, you know, what was happening in my semi-circle. So like in my semi-circle, I was out working every nigga in my semi-circle. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought I was the guy, G. I was out here like, oh nigga, you out here smoking weed and doing dumb shit, G. Hi, nigga, I'm out here. And I thought I was the one, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, it was somebody across the street, you know what I'm saying, who I don't have access to,
chopping wood on your ass.
who's up at 5 a.m. lifting weights, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like hitting blocks, running, you know, like doing
Hitting
the
blocks,
work.
huh?
You know what I'm saying? All that. So like, yeah, I totally agree with what Alex is saying. Like that part, if I could tell myself something I tell my kids, is like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do the work when people ain't looking. You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm gonna be the only real nigga
I
on this
think-
pod. Oh no,
before you be toxic, I'm a mine's is along the lines of fucking Nate and fucking Alex. I would tell my younger self to always choose yourself. Always choose yourself. Fuck your friend circle. Your friend circle is your friend circle, but them niggas they can never be in the trenches with you. You know what I'm saying? Like what I think I always was subject to was, and it's similar to what Nate said. I was always better. Like there were niggas in my friend circle that I had to catch up to, but when I caught up to them niggas or slightly surpassed them niggas, I was okay with it. Like even in careers, like, you know what I'm saying? In my career, it was like, it's times where I didn't take advantage of opportunities because I didn't want to leave my friends behind. And sometimes you got, in order to be in a leadership role, you got to be that nigga that's out on the island on yourself by yourself.
Friends.
You know what I'm saying?
Friends.
You can't bring everybody with you.
Friends.
Right?
I got something to
Girlfriends.
piggyback off that though.
So for me, and it's an open conversation. So for me, I would tell my younger self is like, Jaffe, it's okay to be on the island by yourself. It's okay to choose you in a relationship, in a professional setting. It's okay to stand out over there, to be by yourself. You don't have to bring everybody with you, because sometimes bringing everybody with you may dim your light.
Everybody
and I feel
can't go.
I feel like I dimmed my light in a lot of situations because I wanted everybody to eat. And I think that's a mindset that a lot of us fucking held on to when we were younger. Like, man, we won't, and we still kind of fuck around like that. Like, if I'm eating everybody, like I'm bringing everybody with me. Everybody can't go. My nigga X told me that shit back in 1998. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, hey.
So hold on, John. Hold on. Before you go, I know we keep pausing you, but I want to piggyback off John.
Because we know John finna be toxic as fuck. We gonna cut the stream on that nigga.
I was watching this internet dude. Some shit came from my algorithm. Y'all might have seen it. I don't know if it hit y'all, but he basically saying like you gotta have two friend groups. You got your day ones and then your second friend group. He was like, your day ones, they keep you grounded. They remind you of where you came from, where you started. But your second friend group is a group that's gonna help you elevate and grow because you met them at a different part of your life, and they on to bigger and better things than maybe some of your day ones are. It's like you can't always just focus on your day ones, because a lot of times your day ones might still be stuck in the mud or in the trenches of where they came from, which is not a bad thing, because that always lets you know where you came from. But your second friend group is the ones that's achieving and elevating, and you want to be working and fucking with them niggas. Now, I would say personally, I'm fortunate that my day ones also are on a similar trajectory to where I didn't have to remove myself from
homeowners at 30, nigga. We gonna be riding fucking speedboats by 45, G.
Niggas got
maybe 50. You know what I'm saying? Like, G,
working
that's
for
what I'm
tech
saying.
companies and all kind of shit. So I feel like I'm fortunate, but what he said, I definitely understood where he was coming from, and it definitely resonated with me, because I know niggas that's got day ones that they kind of have had to leave behind, and now they rocking with other people that's kind of helped them grow and mature and elevate.
But to that same extent,
in their personal life and in their careers.
Your day ones could be doing phenomenal around you, right? And they could be motivating you, right? But you still got to choose yourself, because just because they doing great and they fucking doing phenomenal, nigga, you could still be stagnant and in the same fucking spot But you know what I'm saying? But
if you're-
because they're eating and because y'all friend circle look good, you may fall into this fake facade that like, nigga, I'm doing better than everybody else because I'm running with this circle. Nigga, are you really choosing yourself and putting yourself at the head of that?
That's if you that nigga. Cause you could very well be the nigga who put all the successful niggas in the friend group on mute because you feel a way that they elevating and you not.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Cause like that group of people and that friend group exists, right? That friend group exists to where you feel like you can't keep up with the niggas that are elevating around you, so you resent them in a way, right?
You spending too much energy in the wrong place.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
like,
why you stuck where you
for
at.
whatever reason, right? Like you resent the elevation of your homies, right? And it turns into hate in a sense, right? Like not in a way, because obviously you want to see your man elevate, you want to see your people, you know what I'm saying? You want to see him grow and you want to see him do things. But I can't tell you how many people I had to leave in the rear view personally because they were in a different headspace or a different mind than I was, and wasn't ready to, you know what I'm saying, accept the life that was available for them to achieve. Not saying that everything, you know what I'm saying, came at a silver spoon for anybody. Like I want to say that the four of us, we all had to kind of grind to get wherever it is where we at right now. But some people have a crab in a barrel mentality, right? Specifically where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of, we all come from different places, but specifically where I'm from, that mindset is prevalent in where I'm from, right? Is, you know, you the man where you at, so you want to be the man there instead of, you know what I'm saying, opening up and seeing how you can be the man elsewhere, or how you can, you know what I'm saying, take the things that make you, help you be the man, and move and elevate that to another potential.
Sometimes we don't see outside of our blocks, our neighborhoods, our city, and our friend group. Sometimes we don't see how broad and how far our arms can stretch. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't, like, I'm gonna put it to you, Nate, because you, me and you, and I'm not taking nothing from Alice and John, but like, we've uprooted ourselves from 3 different fucking settings. You know what I'm saying? You went from the Keys to Sycamore to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I went from the south side of Chicago to DeKalb to Houston. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's a whole bunch of world that you could fucking just completely grow in. And some niggas, and we know a lot of niggas who ain't left the fucking 4 or 5 blocks that, you know what I'm saying, or the 7 niggas that they grew up with. Man. You know what I'm saying? And never reached their potential.
80% of my friend group
and never reached their potential
that I grew up with never seen past the 4 walls that is the place where we grew up at. Unfortunately, 80%. There's a lot of people who found success within those 4 walls, and I want to exclude them people, but you know what I'm saying, the 4 walls that where we grew up at. You know what I'm saying? I still know people who are approaching 40 who never even
got on a plane.
Never even got on a plane, G. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
been
like
workers their whole life, never been in a leadership role.
Have no idea what it is to have a 401k. You know what I'm saying? Like, have no idea what it's like, you know what I'm saying, to.
And some niggas think that punching the clock is as simple, you know, as it says of being cool.
Like, I can look at my Facebook right now and probably see 3 niggas, you know what I'm saying, asking Facebook, hey, who hiring? You know what I'm saying? Like, as a 40-year-old, like, a lot of us are probably into our second careers at this point. You know what I'm saying? You know, and like, the fact remains that I still have homies homies, like my guys, who don't have a phone number that I can call. If I had $1 million for my nigga, G, I got niggas that if I had $1 million, I say, yo, if this nigga answer the phone, he got this nigga phone gonna be disconnected. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh
It's
man,
blessing.
you know what I'm
this
saying?
bitch
Like,
was on my bumper. I had to change my number up real quick.
it's
Like,
shit
nigga,
like that like, you know, and it's John, go ahead, G. Like you chopping at the
John,
bit.
lighten
Go
the
ahead,
mood for
G.
us, G.
No, like,
Go ahead,
John-
be toxic, G.
I'm
ahead.
gonna be the only real nigga here, man.
Talk
Go
to
Y'all
ahead, be
trying to get
toxic,
all
G.
fake deep and shit.
Deion John.
If
It's all
I
good.
could go back and tell my younger self one thing, I would say, nigga,
Fuck
don't get
bitches,
fat.
everybody.
Your knees are gonna hurt by the time you're 38, G. Do not become 300 pounds, G. That's the only thing I'm telling my younger self, man. Fuck out of here, man. All right. Hey, y'all
Don't get
talking all this
fat, huh?
fake ass deep shit, G. Look, let me tell you something. If I could not enjoy this phase of my life with the people that I cared about, it would have so much less meaning. I hear you. You got to lead niggas this, that. Fuck all of that, man. Because I was fortunate enough to get a circle of homies that grew in the same direction that I grew in. I think what y'all are talking about is when you meet people and y'all grow in different directions. And the people that did grow in different directions in our group, we did move on from them. But for the ones that went on that same trajectory, man, we are all watching one another, you know what I'm saying, live our best lives, man. And I could not be more proud of the
John, that's
niggas.
best case scenario, my nigga.
That's
Because
not the
it's-
norm.
that's not the norm. You know
I
what I'm
feel
saying?
like
Like,
this shit an
Listen to
anomaly.
me.
yeah, that's an
Listen to me.
anomaly. Like,
I'm not saying
it's
that
not
it's
many niggas that from your bruh. How many of us, like, with the exception of maybe y'all, because like y'all too, like, real talk, are like some of the only niggas I know who
Grew up like
the nucleus of your like high school relationships have sustained throughout your
before high
adulthood.
school.
That
Right.
shit
It
happened
was before middle
organically though.
school.
That was
It
not
does,
planned.
it does,
Yeah.
but like,
because Alex
you know
was
what I'm
never
saying?
supposed to be in your friend group.
I swear to God,
That nigga was tormenting the church, G.
Yeah, G,
Alex was never supposed to
swear
be
God,
part
G,
of the fucking
I was
friend
telling
group,
my
G.
sons today. I said, G, like, I can count on one hand how many friends I had at 15 that I'm friends with today. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happens the friends that I can still count on are still some of my closest friends to this day. But like when I was 15, I had 100 friends. Everybody was my homie at 15. You know what I'm saying? But like you learned really, really quick, you know what I'm saying, how and when to cut niggas off.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something? So I got a really good group of friends that I grew up with that we slept on floors, each other, watched Dragon Ball. And niggas was taping Dragon Ball Z on the
Niggas
VCR.
running trains and all that shit.
We did that in
Chill out,
college.
G.
Be cool.
out,
You know,
G.
we was going room to room on them.
We're gonna roll the room on them
Room to
hoes.
room. Listen, but I'm saying this to say, I still have a solid group. My homegirl Leah, my homeboy JP. You know what I'm saying? Talk to them niggas 2-3 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
We've been friends since we was in 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? Solid. But sometimes you meet niggas as you grow up. You know what I'm saying? This podcast in general. You know, you 3 niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no stock in the game like you and Alex got stock in the game. Me and Nate got the same kind of stock, right? But nigga, I look at you niggas as brothers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I look at you niggas and the success that y'all have, and that shit elevates my thought process. That shit elevates my level, my hunger. You know what I'm saying? It makes me want to fucking be it ignites a fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's no knock to my other friend group, because all of them motherfuckers is doing damn well. You know what I'm saying? 4 businesses each, houses, Range Rovers, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't take away from that. You know what I'm saying? I have groups of people that when I worked with them, my best friend in the world, my 1 and 2, Darren and Baba, you know what I'm saying? I'm name dropping on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I met them niggas at a point when I was like, nigga, I'm finna have a child, nigga. I don't know nothing about nothing. But these niggas spoke a different kind of like belief in me at that time. Like, nigga, if anybody ready, nigga, you ready, Joff. Like, nigga, you got this shit. Like, you gonna be straight. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes if I hung around the niggas that was like, bro, you really finna have a kid, nigga? Like, nigga, that shit gonna slow us down. Like, nigga, we can't do the shit that we want to do, nigga. We this, that, and the third. Like, nigga, my mindset would have been all fucked up, and I don't know if I would have made it through that shit.
John
You know what I'm
Captain.
saying?
John Captain. Period. G. Like,
No, I'm not, because
you're
I'm gonna tell you
fucking
this
capping,
right
nigga.
now.
You
I'm gonna tell you
capping,
this right
nigga.
now. I'm really not, because first and foremost, the professional success has nothing to do with it. It's the peace and the mindset. Because it's niggas I met at NIU dropping names, my nigga Pitt, my nigga Mike, my nigga Forrest, like it's niggas that I met day one in DeKalb that because they have the same mindset of just being at peace with themselves and enjoying the life that they are, crafting and building for themselves, the professional shit's irrelevant. Everybody's gonna define their own version of professional success. But it's that inner peace that them niggas seek, that I also seek, that my day one niggas seek, that all aligns. The reason why I can rock with you, Nate, Joff, and I haven't known y'all as long as that is because we all have that same mentality in terms of our approach to life and enjoying this ride, man. Like the journey is the destination, my nigga.
But this is the thing that I will say, like in short. We fail to realize at times how long it's been. I've known you for 20 years, my nigga.
20 years,
I've known,
yeah.
Alex,
crazy,
I've known you
right?
for 20 years.
20
Josh,
fucking years.
20 years. You know what I'm saying? So like when we think about shit like that, like it's hard to like I've known you, you know what I'm saying, at an
more than
intimate
half
level.
my life,
Pause.
nigga.
Like pause.
Yeah.
Like I've known y'all
more than half my
I've
life.
known y'all at an intimate level more than I know some niggas I grew up with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's like you always want to be tied back down to, you know what I'm saying, like what you know, right? And like where you were from and like, like where your origins came from. But like when you think about it,
to be honest, if I could be completely honest, the best thing and probably the worst thing that happened to me and my day one niggas is that we went to school together. The three of us that we going to different school, yeah, but it made us lazier. It made us more complacent. It made us not come out of our shells, right? Like I'm saying, if I had fucking went to this school and Al went to this school and Black went to this school,
you had to carve your own path.
And I knew that about you niggas through the gate. You know what I'm saying? I knew that.
You ain't gonna see one without the other.
No, like I did like because like the first nigga I met out of the crew was Alex, right? So like I knew who his friends group was through the gate, and I knew where the origin was. I knew they all went to high school together. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that
actually known as Bolingbrook niggas, man.
But Jaffe, when I met you, I knew who all your niggas was too. You knew who my niggas was too. Like you knew me and Rick was we was homies. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all
me
niggas
and Dre was
knew,
gonna be together no matter what.
You know what I'm saying? So like y'all knew that, right? But like I think over time.
Let me tell you how toxic this nigga John and Alex is, though, G. I call this nigga John, G, trying to have a real in-depth conversation about some shit, G. I'm in the middle of a rant, G. You know what I'm saying? Alex just chimes in out of fucking nowhere, G. I called John, G. This nigga Alex is on the call with me, G. Mid-rant, this nigga like, Joff, what I think is, I'm like, Alex over there with you? Like, nah, G, he on the call with us.
Merge the call, G. If everybody know everybody,
John is notorious for that.
I didn't have a problem with it, G. But I'm just saying, like,
say this, man.
This nigga out of nowhere, the nigga was connected at the hip, G.
If I'm on the phone with somebody and somebody that knows us both calls, I'm gonna merge the call unless you say to me in the 8 seconds it takes me to merge the call, nigga, I need to speak to you alone.
Nigga, we was only talking football, G, so it didn't matter at all, G. But I didn't know the nigga was on the call, G, and I was like, nigga, is you over there with Alex? Like, nah, the nigga on the call. I said,
I have literally had to hang up on Alex, man. I was on the phone with an unnamed person.
John be blind merging niggas, bro.
Blind merging.
I definitely listen. I'm on the phone.
I always thought you gave niggas a heads up. I didn't know.
Listen, I'm on the phone with an unnamed homie, right? And I think I was on the phone with Alex first. So the unnamed homie calls me, right? I pick up the phone. I merge the call. He's like, man, I hate this bitch. Now I have to hang up on Alex because clearly we're about to go a direction that
Alex don't need to be privy to.
All right, so you know what I'm saying? Like
you in violation, nigga. Like
hey, ready so, G. Hey, I just feel like
I don't announce another week. Somebody on the call, bro.
I don't want to gloss over the advice that John gave, G, because I would go back and tell myself, hey, Jaffe, when you blow your knee out, G,
bruh,
nigga, don't
eat a lot of vegetables.
Don't eat the ho-hos, nigga. Don't eat the oatmeal cream pies, nigga. Just because that machine is working your knee with the ice, G, nigga, you can still get up and walk around the living room.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Uh,
I was eating a whole sleeve of Oreos when I was 15, and I was that nigga. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas talking about. I was still the one, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was still the one putting down a pack of Oreos, G.
That's the energy I love to end the show on, man. So let's go ahead and fucking check in. A real light check in this week, man. Let's get the fuck up out of here, man. I will kick it off because I got very good fucking news this week. So happy, nigga. I got my clearance. Everything's good with your boy.
Finally gonna cut you
Nigga.
off,
Enough.
Waiting.
Enough,
man. Yeah, man.
Enough. But I thought about it over the
Weird
weekend.
descriptors.
I said this nigga Nate done had a full surgery, recovered, G, and I still ain't had mine.
Still on
G.
the waiting list.
But nigga, you know, needless to say, they checked your boy heart 1, 2, 3, 4 times, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Needless to say, that the Faja's at his doorstep, G. Like it's en route, nigga.
Knock on wood. They told your boy, you know what I'm saying, you good to go, nigga. All signs look good. So, nigga, I called them today. They was like, nigga, insurance is looking over the paperwork. You know, we want to get that 80% off on the surgery, G. You know what I'm saying? I can't just go put in a code and say cloud of smoke, G, and they give me 80% off, G. You know what I'm saying?
You should try it. Let us know how it works. I got some shit I want to buy in the cloud of smoke.
I need insurance to kick in, G. So damn good news, G. You know what I'm saying? I got a little moment this week, and I'm gonna talk to y'all niggas off the pod, G. But I need the listeners to tell me, and if y'all wives listen, anybody else, because I don't have a mother figure with me and my son. So
Cheetah Print Faja. Cheetah Print Faja. That's the one.
G.
G.
No, G. If anything, I'm getting
Cheetah
new,
print.
G. I'm getting a new one, G, so they can't see it underneath, G. No, listen. So my son he not going to homecoming this year, but there are parties happening the same night that most of his friends are going to go to. All of his friends drive now, right? I'm struggling with the idea of letting him go out there dolo in the middle of the night. Now, my son's very responsible. I talk about him all the time on the show. We share locations. I trust him tenfold. I don't like, and I trust a certain group of friends, but it's homecoming. I don't know. Do you let him go out? And if you let him go out, what time should he be back?
I trust.
Is he driving?
He's not driving. He's driving with his friends.
Hey, Alex, I don't give a fuck about that. I trust my kids' decision making at that level, but I don't trust Shorty's driving.
Shorty's driving. I agree, and that's
why I
at.
asked who's driving.
I'm struggling with that shit, G. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, you know, I know he's
Sounds
not
like
gonna
you
wanna
dropping
go.
off and picking up.
He's not gonna want to go. He's not gonna want to go if I'm dropping out. Now what I did debate
I'll
is
pick you up down the street,
Uber?
little nigga.
no, I did debate Uber, putting them in an Uber, like you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, I need y'all to tell me.
Put them in the back of the
16
Uber,
years old,
in the
junior.
Uber XL.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead,
16 years
go ahead,
old.
let him finger bang his date, G. You know what I'm saying? Get nasty,
Relax.
get freaky.
I can probably.
Hey man,
I've had about 4
What
teenage
the
near-death car experiences. So yeah, put them in the Uber, bro.
And you was behind the wheel of all of
No,
them.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No, I
so
wasn't.
so I need our listeners
Go
to
ahead,
go
let
to
him
the
finger
Facebook.
blast this date, G. You
To
know
go
what
to
I'm
Come on,
the
saying?
Facebook
fam.
and tell me if you know the Uber
God.
decision is the better decision, or should I let him drop his own?
God.
Because I'm gonna keep it funky with y'all, G. At my junior year, 16, 17 years old, my OG was definitely letting me ride with Dre. You know what I'm saying? We was in the Corsica, G.
I was driving at 16.
You know what I'm saying? We was in the Corsica. Dre was the first one.
I
with a
was
whip,
in my
G.
daddy Yukon, G, at 16, G. You know what I'm saying? Whipping that big body motherfucker, G, everywhere, G. So
But
That's what's driving.
so my thing is, I trust that the shorties aren't gonna be taking no narcotics or doing no wild shit. But you never know.
I just think them little niggas stupid, G. Like I don't
never fucking know.
I don't think that they gonna be under the influence of no dumb shit. I just think
Mhm.
they stupid and they can't drive, nigga. So I don't
Yeah.
want my kids in the car with them niggas. But yeah, I feel you, bro.
Hey man, so
I
that's
once got in a
I'ma
3-car
put a
drag
number-
race with Al and Mark, who
Yeah.
Al had like a 91 Thunderbird. I had a
Everything
93
in your
Bonneville.
past.
that's negative, included.
Yeah,
Al.
and Mark was like an 89, like
I'm surprised
Mark
Alex made
7.
it through, G. Alex should be one of them dusty niggas, G, that be going fishing at the
I definitely
At the
blew
reservoir?
out the engine.
yeah, G. Like Alex should be one of them little dirty niggas with dirt on his fingernails, G, and like drinking
Nah,
Four
bro.
Locos every weekend, G. Like you should be one of them niggas.
I
Hell
definitely
no.
blew the engine out of a Caprice Nigga trying to race a nigga from the
Mhm.
Target distribution center, G. Hey, on that note, G, I'm gonna put a number on where I'm at, G. I'm at a 5, G. So
Good for you, G.
hey, CLB, what you got?
Hey man, this is a little new for me, man. It's a little new. I'm not at a 5 this week, G. Not at a 5, man. You know, hey, I reached out to the niggas a couple days ago, G. You know, I was watching The Chi. For those who watched The Chi, G, it was a real emotional episode, G. You know what I'm saying? And that shit kind of hit home for your boy, man. Like I had a moment, like just being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I had to, you know, sit down with my wife for a minute, have a conversation. Ended up like tapping in my sisters, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of just like thinking through and sorting through some feelings I was having, you know what I'm saying, that I may or may not have sorted through on my own. So like I say, man, like I'm working my way back to a 5, but you know what I'm saying, it's a season right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm closing in on my pop's birthday, you know what I'm saying, early October. You know what I'm saying? So like it's still a little tender for your boy, G.
Nigga,
So
like we always say, nigga, sometimes it's okay to not be okay, G. And we
for
here
sure.
for you.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
here
And,
for you either way,
and,
nigga.
and just being vulnerable for a moment, like that's something that I'm working through, you know what I'm saying, as an adult male, black male, whatever. It's just being able to recognize that I don't always have to show up, you know what I'm saying, in a way that's my strongest self all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that I gotta allow spaces and time and opportunity for people to, you know, be there for me and show up for me and allow me to kind of be present, you know what I'm saying, instead of just having to be in that moment, man. And that's been a very difficult thing for me over the last couple of years, man, just considering some of the things I had to go through, losing my father, losing my mom, you know what I'm saying, just all kind of shit, man, just like really thinking through what that looks like and how, you know, as being now like the patriarch in my family, if that makes sense, G, you know what I'm saying, for a moment, you know what I'm saying, and like, you know, I got a lot of sisters, it's a lot of, you know, female energy around. I got an older brother, but you know, we kind of got the same.
The rapper?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
Jay Lover.
Mhm.
Shout
Jay
out to my
Love.
big bro Jay Lover. You know what I'm saying?
If
Stream
y'all
that
ain't
shit, you know what I'm
streamed
saying?
this shit, man, go stream that shit.
The deluxe is coming, nigga. Fuck is you talking
You
about?
gonna add 2 new tracks to it, G?
John, watch
Give
out.
him 2 more.
John, watch
Give
out.
them
G.
2 more, G.
Watch out, G. The deluxe is coming in the fourth quarter. Fuck is y'all talking about? Yeah, man. So like honestly, man, like, you know, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to chokehold this section, but you know, I did have a realization over the last week about, you know, what strength looks like. You know what I'm saying? And like I think in the future that can be a more in-depth pod topic, you know what I'm saying, on what strength looks like and how we can, you know what I'm saying, how we can navigate that. But I'm learning, and you know what I'm saying, I can't say that I've been a 5 for probably the last 2-3 months. You know what I'm saying, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
And I haven't always been a 5. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm learning to identify, you know, how I can, you know what I'm saying, identify and understand when I'm not at my best, but you know, just put on the front and really want to be in the moment at times. And you know what I'm saying, it took a lot for me to reach out to my guys, it took a lot for me to reach out to my even have a conversation with my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like I told her through the gate, like, you know, I wouldn't normally do this, but like we had a conversation, it was present, it was moment, said the same thing to my sister. So all in all, you know what I'm saying, I'm working my way back up into a 5, but you know what I'm saying, it might be a few weeks before I get there, just because
No matter what, nigga,
I'm allowing myself to
you,
kind of
G.
sit in my space, G.
Yeah, and we always here. We got you, nigga. Don't ever hesitate to bring no shit to us, nigga. We gonna always stand on it.
And I've been waiting a calendar year, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? In essence, to make some moves that I'm gonna make, man. So I appreciate y'all niggas.
Hey, we gonna forever
Freaky.
be here for you. Let's go, Freak.
Freaky got some good
What up,
news
what up?
on the horizon, hopefully, G.
I do, hopefully. It might
Hence the sheet,
jeopardize
G.
it might jeopardize the Dallas trip though, but that's a good thing. John definitely pointed that out earlier. So yeah, man. You know, I got some things in the works this Thursday. Got an interview coming up.
I don't give a fuck what you got going on, Alex. When you go in to negotiate your price, nigga, you need to let them know, like,
It ain't
nigga,
that type of party.
I have
Hey, man.
pre-scheduled
It's not
vacation,
that type of party, my boy.
Hey man, I'm interviewing one of the leading tech companies in the globe, and they're heavily invested in the holiday season. So I
Hey,
don't
you
know if I'm gonna
him. You know what I'm saying? So like
I don't
you
know if I'm
being
be able
him,
to get up out of that gym.
you being him can negotiate. Hey man, you can negotiate a weekend, nigga. Hey,
I
man.
don't listen to these
If
niggas,
I
man.
can, I will, but we gotta
Don't
get
listen
there
to these
first.
niggas, G.
Gee. Who else gonna
Nah.
be there? Who else gonna be there when I smoke the passenger side fucking tire?
tire.
G? Who else gonna
Pull
be
up-
there?
pull
Who
up
else gonna be there to pick
Flamin'
me
Coi
up? G? Who else gonna be there to pick me up? G?
Slamming Coil Ray.
Come on, man. Nah, go ahead,
But
bro.
nah, I got a closing this week, another closing next week. So even though it's been an interesting summer, I've been staying busy. I've been blessed. My kids healthy, my
Clients
wife
let you show up
healthy.
to the closing with the Mr. Glass here.
Gee.
Nigga, I do what the fuck I want to do.
No, you don't. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like no, the fuck you don't, nigga.
I'm
Like,
in real estate. I'm my own boss, so I dress how I want to dress. I actually had a client say something to me. They're like, "Man, you just come however you want to, huh?" I'm like, "Hey, this is me. It's authentically me."
Nigga,
I'ma
nigga
be
show
in
it-
J's.
show it to the
Prime
closing.
time.
It's some Draco slides, G. It's some
I'm in J's
Oh,
and some
man.
shorts. Hey, the
Oh,
business
man.
card is
This motherfucker-
professional, but the real version is totally different.
fuck
Oh
out of
my
here. Nigga.
God.
But now
We've got you covered.
I'm gonna say I'm at a 4, and then if I get a call back after Thursday, then of course I'm gonna be like a 6 or a 7. So
Nigga, a 7.
We
We've
going
never
sizzling,
had
nigga.
a 6 or a 7 on the
Right.
spot. I
nigga,
can't wait, G.
it's gonna be new territory.
Not so toxic, John. G.
Toxic. Bring us home, man.
I'm gonna say at a 4. You know what I'm saying? Like this is my favorite time of the year, and I'm really enjoying this time of the year. I got some great news from the employer that will remain unnamed. It looks like I'm going to be permanently remote, so that is a win for me.
Big shooting during the day, nigga. Fuck is you talking
For
about?
the
I don't
record,
know what you're talking about, bro.
For the
Big
record.
shooting during the day. Fuck is you talking about?
Not so
nigga?
toxic. John has never played video games before the hours of
6
4
p.m.
p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, so I don't know anything
Hey,
about
man.
that. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm here.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And here's the thing, man. This is not so toxic. John living in his toxicity. Every week we get our ass kicked in flag football, and I know it's not supposed to be about that, but it's about that, nigga. I'm frustrated, G. All right, I want better for these little niggas, man. I expect better from these kids.
John
G.
got on the call with me, G, and said, my little niggas just didn't pull enough flags this week. G.
You gotta
He
put
said,
them-
if I could get out there and pull flags, I would. G.
Put them through the boot camp, G. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
Go
I
back
almost
to
had-
the fundies, G. The fundamentals.
Hey, I'm not even gonna lie to you, right? I seen this one kid, man. This white dude named Logan's little ass motherfucker, right? He juked like 4 people on my defense, right? I almost did the Mike Tomlin stick your butt out and trip this
shorty
nigga, yeah,
ass.
G. Like I almost tripped this nigga, G. I was like, man, I guess I can't.
He probably
You know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
mullet too. He got a mullet, G.
No, but he got on flash goggles, and he might be the fastest little white boy I've ever seen. Too, man.
This is an opportunity.
You want to
teach
know
them
the
how to tackle for real.
You want to know the weakest shit about flag football, G? Is that them little weak ass shorties be out there with them big ass mouthpieces on? G, like,
Yeah,
what the
man.
fuck is you got here with this
Yeah.
Not
mouthpiece on,
finna hit
nigga?
nobody.
The thing that I could not stand about flag football the most was that
Crab walk.
no, you got shorties out here thinking that they styling, and in my mind, I'm like, nigga, suit the fuck up, G.
Put the
Pad
pads
up.
on, my nigga.
Pad
Right.
up, you bitch ass nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
This is
bum.
where your football stops, nigga, because you'll never put on pads, nigga.
Fam.
yeah.
We lost 7-14, and my team came. There was like 4 people on the team. It's like, we only lost by 1. That's not even that bad. I'm
Oh,
like,
God.
I want to punch you in your face.
So
I want to punch you in your face.
y'all
man.
about like 1-3 right now, G.
1-3, man. It's a
1-3.
bloodbath out there.
But y'all
You
won
know.
the one that mattered, G.
G, like your job was on the line in week 5. G.
Yeah, nigga.
your job was on,
Bro.
we calling for your job. G. You on the hot
Bro,
seat, G.
listen.
John
listen, man.
Eberflus, nigga. Like,
Here's the thing, man.
John coming
just-
off a bye week, G, did not get
They
it
just
done,
made
G.
me D coordinator.
John
We don't
gets
even
it.
practice defense, G.
John gets
Like, I'm out there coming up with the defense on the fly, man. I told the kid to blitz. He was like, "What does blitz mean?"
Oh
I said,
my god.
"Get him out of here, man. Get this
Get
kid."
him the fuck out of here. John out here bitching the shit out of Shorty.
Bruh, man, it's just I want to win, man,
John
and I want
over
them
here.
to want to win, man.
John
Just
over
say the
here,
word. I'll come out there and help y'all coach on the Saturday. Help y'all.
You're
I
gonna
just-
get both of us banned from
I just bore
Wheatland's
my heart.
Athletic Association.
I just bore my heart, John, out here with the superficial 3G. Get this nigga the fuck out of here, G, man. Yo, superficial ass 3G. Like,
First off, I said a 4 because my Cowboys are riding high, and my flag football team is
Is at
struggling.
the
all right?
bottom.
Split the difference.
yeah,
You know,
this
Trey
nigga be
getting
hot.
money though. Shout out
He
to
be-
Trey,
He be
man.
hot and cold.
Shout
on
out to the
Sundays,
little
G.
homie Trey G.
I be telling
Mid-
Trey, like, man, you got 6 flags today. The rest of your team though.
They didn't get 6 flags a
That's all,
month.
that's all that matters at the end of the day, man. Let your little
Hey,
homie shine.
sometimes you got to
Fuck
put yourself. Sometimes you got to put yourself first.
FDK, G. Fuck them kids.
Oh my god.
Hey man, they don't know. Alex, get us the fuck out of here, man. Shout out to everybody struggling with something, man. CTE is real, man. Prayers to the world, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But on that
CTE
note,
is real, G. Like, and on that,
Catch the energy, G.
Catch
Catch
the
the
energy.
energy, G.
G, I thought you was talking about like CTE is like concussion.
He is talking about
Shit,
CTE,
I am
yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about CTE, but we not
gonna say no names.
We're not gonna speculate on that.
names.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey man, y'all know what
Catch
time
the
it is.
energy, G.
Holla.